go with each one. So, if you're here, stand up, and we're going to start with how this whole insanity started. And we'll name them, because I'm sure you'll hear their names throughout the rest of the evening. So, it all started with Mamu and Papu. So if you're here, could you please stand up? Oh, I'm sorry, they're not here. That is actually my mom's dad, and we call them Mamu and Papu. So you all know my mom and dad. Underneath that is her sister and one only sister, Aunt Eileen, and Uncle Bob. She's in the back. And she has 4 kids, Ron, Gary, Sharon, and Sue. Aunt Eileen, could you stand up? Oh.
She did.
And after that is my Uncle Mike from California. And his 2 kids came in from California. John and Laurel, so thank you for coming. Yeah, his wife just had knee surgery, so she was unable to come to the party. But I'm sure she'll hear about it. And then my Uncle Ray. And his wife Linda and JoJo from Oregon. So I know there's a lot of nurses in the building. My mom has a DNR, so if something should happen, I gotta check with her. She may want to come back for a couple hours just to the end of the party. Yeah, and when we were leaving Florida, we rented a motorhome to come up to Ohio, and the hospice nurse had said, if something happens, turn the air conditioner on and keep going. Okay, so not that we were hoping something would happen, but we did put a chair on top of the motorhome. We did tell my aunt, if she's sitting in the front seat, that something happened. And Lori was gonna put a sign in the back of the window, honk to the lady in the passenger seat, she's dying to wave to you. So, but it all started with that group of people, why we are the way we are. You know, and it started early, and there's so many memories that I could go through. And I just found out some that are recent, that we were watching movies, and when I was a little kid, I believe less than a year old, I was in the car going somewhere with my mom, and I think Uncle Mike and no, I was with you. This is a whole different story. I'll get to that one in a bit. There are 2 car stories. When I was less than a year old, Uncle Mike and Uncle Ray threw smoke bombs underneath the car. She started the car up, and it started smoking. She panicked, jumped out of the car, ran back to the house, and left me in the car. This was a conversation that they were having, sitting around a table, and my Aunt Eileen said, well, you can make another child. So right after that, my dad says, remember the time I was driving down Market Street, he was probably 2, and he made a left-hand turn on Falls Avenue, and we didn't have car seats back then. The door fell open, and now I went on to Falls Avenue. So, that's probably where I am, like I am today. And there are so many memories that I can remember that are funny. I remember when Mamu died, and I don't know why I was at the funeral home, but we were in the basement, and we were looking at caskets and burial vaults, and the guy kept saying, I say we look at this one. I say we look at this one. And my Aunt Eileen looked at it and said, I say we get out of here. And Papu was still alive at the time, and he went to the funeral director. He said, hey, listen, what my wife really wanted when she passed away was to be thrown in a garbage bag and sent out at the curb. So it was kind of a shock to him. And then when he passed away, we were all together again, and we were, after the funeral, we were sitting around Aunt Eileen's house, and we got out pots and pans, and we were like a 10-man band with pots and pans, and Uncle Ray was the director, and he's, need more, guitar and stuff like that. So it was a lot of fun, and that's the way we are today, and that's what we're going to celebrate.